All right, guys, this is going to be a Swiss ball exercise that I like to use a lot for hip and like SI joint patients and also low back patients. So we're going to do a couple things here, and I'm making this video just because I haven't really seen it shown this way on the internet a lot. We're going to kind of draw in to activate the transverse abdominis a little bit and stabilize at the trunk. So I'm kind of flattening my low back to the table, creating just a little bit of tension here as if I was going to kind of button a tight pair of pants. I'm drawing the stomach in towards the spine, and then my legs are going to be almost doing like a scissor kick. So as I'm pressing down into the Swiss ball with my left leg, my toes are kind of pulled back up towards me on the right leg, and I'm bringing this leg up until I feel a stretch up the back of the hamstring. Opposite leg comes down. Now my right leg's pressing down into the ball, and my left one comes up into a stretch. And I'm just going back and forth doing this while I keep my stomach relatively, tense and drawn in. And this is doing a lot of different things, honestly. We're getting a really good sciatic nerve mobilization throughout the posterior leg and the low back. I'm getting some multifidus activation as I press down into the ball as my other leg comes up, because again, we're activating all these anti-rotation muscles. If I'm pushing down with only one leg at a time, but my trunk is stabilizing, the anti-rotation muscles kick in to not allow my body to rotate. And I've got the co-contraction happening with the transverse abdominis. You could even bring pelvic floor into this if you're a PT and you know how to do that. So that combination works really, really nicely to get the nerves mobilized while we're getting some good stabilizer activation. So I like to go through 10 repetitions on each leg, or 20 reps total, and we might do a couple rounds of that. But whatever you want to call that, Swiss ball scissor kick, I think that's what I normally put it in my notes as, but that can be a really, really helpful one for people who are having some tightness up the back of the hip, but they need some core stabilization as well. And other forms of nerve gliding or stretching has kind of flared them up. That keeps the low back in a really good position, and we actually kind of get to work on both components, which sometimes does a really good job of not triggering the nervous system to protect. If we can activate our stabilizers while we're getting a gentle nerve glide, it can kind of really take the threat signal away from the nervous system and let everything kind of relax and just move a little bit more freely. So try that one out. Hope it's helpful, and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.